Hi, say happy Women's Day to everyone. So this is a question I actually get asked a lot, that as a woman outsider to the industry, was it difficult to kind of, break through and to get a beginning and to start and then to become somewhat successful? And I guess the answer is, I guess. The toughest thing was to get used to the fact that this is an industry where so brazenly people judge you by the way you look and by the way you groom yourself. I think that took me a lot of time to get used to the fact that how much people are judging you by what you're wearing or by how you look, and how people have absolutely no imagination that, in the character's costume and in the makeup of the character, this girl will, look like the character. But I don't really have any complaints because I think that I've been very lucky. I've worked with very good people. I didn't have to resort to the casting couch. I got work despite not getting on the couch, so to speak. I did not seem to understand when people were soliciting me for the casting couch, so to speak. So I could go through a conversation where somebody was saying things like, तो इस रोल के लिए बहुत सारे और लड़कियां हैं और आप क्या कर सकते हैं? And I'd be like, मैं बहुत अच्छी एक्टर हूँ और मैं स्क्रिप्ट पे बहुत ध्यान देती हूँ और मेरी मेमोरी बहुत अच्छी है. And they'd be like, हाँ वो तो सबकी होती है, लेकिन आप और क्या कर सकती हैं? And I'd be like, और मैंने सोशियोलॉजी पढ़ा है तो मैं कैरेक्टर की सोशियोलॉजी समझती हूँ कि वो किस तबके से आता है और उस तबके के लोगों की बॉडी लैंग्वेज कैसी होगी, उनकी दिनचर्या क्या होगी. और हाँ वो तो सब करते हैं, लेकिन आप और क्या कर सकती हैं? दिस वुड गो ऑन एंड ऑन. एंड आई एक्चुअली वंस हैड अ 10-minute conversation where I finally came down to मैं हॉर्स राइडिंग भी कर सकती हूँ. एंड दे आर लाइक, एंड देन फाइनली आई वाज लाइक, देखिए अगर आप ये पूछ रहे हैं कि क्या मैं सेक्स कर सकती हूँ तो मैं नहीं कर सकती. एंड यू कैन इमेजिन that meeting kind of ended in the next 5 seconds. So I think those would be the major kind of obstacles that I had. Did I ever consider giving up? Yes, regularly. I still do sometimes. I fight with myself and with my choices a lot, but I just love acting so much that, it's been more than 5 years and I'm still here. But I think that the weirdest thing I heard, and it kind of stayed in my head, someone said to me once, a director, and he looked at me and he said that you don't have the looks of a lead heroine. I don't know, I actually don't know what that means, because I think that I have a fairly sort of normal face that looks like pretty much, everyone else in the country. So if X person can be a lead heroine who's also an Indian and a human being, then why can't I? So I've never understood what that meant, what a lead heroine's face is supposed to look like. If I was Shatterproof, I guess I wouldn't be a human being in the first place. I think that I'm very, very vulnerable in many ways, as all of us are. And of course, I get hurt and I get bruised and wounded very, I suppose, quite easily as well. But I think that I'd like to think of myself, instead of Shatterproof, as someone who is resilient and resolved and determined. And there's a nice Hindi word for it. It's called dheet. So I think that dheet is actually a virtue, especially in our industry. And I think that I'm quite dheet about my ambitions and about where I want to go. I always say that the best thing about Bollywood is कि हाँ देर है अंधेर नहीं.
Moto salutes the Shatterproof spirit of these women.